So I got a dream that I'm gonna be at the top of the scene. On every screen, making my presence something to be seen, yeah. I'll make them all see that I could be anything I wanna be. If you got a dream, then you need persistence and lots of belief, yeah. Yo, don't take that negative energy, I replace that. I just wanna be me, I don't fake that. I just wanna be free, yeah, chase that. I got a new obsession, it's helping and teaching and giving everyone a lesson. It's living and winning and building something that's impressive. I don't wanna do the same thing, I wanna be progressive, so I'ma make a new me, a new beast, a true fiend. He's everything that he wants to be. Look in the mirror, what he wants to see. It's a dude looking back at me. I stay on track, yeah, track things. I'm setting goals, life hacking. I'm steady stacking. I see myself being happy. A better me with a strategy that I'm attacking.
Put to the test and you know I'll ace that. Hit me in the face and I'm hitting right back. I enjoy the chase, so I'll stay on track, yeah. I enjoy the race, so I'll make that back. Got a lot of dreams that I'll make come true. Got a lot of things that I wanna do. Got a lot of goals that I wanna prove. And there's not a lot of time, so I gotta make moves.
Hey guys, what is up? What is up? Welcome to Fly Like an Eagle podcast, episode number 33. And I hope you guys are having an amazing day out there. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell for all these Eagles news and rumors. And especially to the Edge of Philly Sports, where we got every single Philadelphia sport covered. The Philadelphia Eagles, Philadelphia 76ers, Philadelphia Flyers, Philadelphia Phillies, and even the Philadelphia Union. Appreciate everyone tuning in, and if you're listening on audio platforms, please leave us a follow, and don't forget to leave us a rating as well. Because, guys, we got a lot to talk about today. But first, I just gotta say this. I just got a new tripod for my computer. And you guys are probably like, wait, a tripod? Yeah, I got like a little thing to help my computer up a little bit. And let me know how you guys like the view. If you're watching this on YouTube or any other platforms, let me know. I love it. I really do. So let's just get right into this. So this caught my guard. This caught me off guard. Dallas Goedert was working out with Travis Kelce, George Kittle, and Greg Olsen. Okay? I'm going to say those names again. Travis Kelce, George Kittle, and Greg Olsen. Just for them being in that vicinity, to be on the field with those guys, taking tips and pointers from them. It's great. You talk about the best two wide receivers in the game. You talk about Greg Olsen, is he a Hall of Famer? He's in a Hall of Fame or a legend in this game. Either way, a lot of IQ from those three to help Dallas Goedert out and the rest of the tight ends of the Philadelphia Eagles roster. This is what I got to say about it, though. Dallas Goedert, he can take all the advice, all the information that he wants. It's his health for me. Is he going to stay healthy for the season? You got one of the best tight ends on your team in Dallas Goedert. If he can stay healthy this year, he's going to be an X factor because you have all of these other weapons of the Philadelphia Eagles arsenal. You got Saquon Barkley, you got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. People are forgetting about Dallas Goedert. People are forgetting about him because when you think about the last year, not Kellen Moore, Brian Johnson did not even throw the ball. He didn't even throw the ball at all to Dallas Goedert. And now you have him working out with George Kittle, Travis Kelce, and Greg Olsen. What is Kellen Moore going to do with Dallas Goedert? I highly believe that Dallas Goedert is going to be used a lot more in this offense, especially in the middle of the field. I'm telling you guys right now, this might be, depending on his health, a breakout year. This might be a breakout year for Dallas Goedert. You heard it here first on episode 33 of the Fly Like an Eagle podcast right here on SFL Sports. Dallas Goedert is going to have a breakout year if Kellen Moore can use him correctly. If he can use him correctly, and after all the knowledge that he has gained from Travis Kelce, George Kittle, and Greg Olsen, look out. Because he is a top 5 tight end, guys. Dallas Goedert, believe it or not, he's a top 5, top 10 tight end. He's in that vicinity of the best tight ends in the league. And not a lot of people are talking about him, but Dallas Goedert, it's like, hold my beer. He's like this, right? He's like, hold my beer. And he's like, let me go to work. He's got a lot of stuff to prove to the NFL world, to the fan bases, to everyone. He's got a lot to prove. He's got a lot to prove. So, with that being said, how is Dallas Goedert going to respond to all of those guys? By working out with the best tight ends in the game and a legend in Greg Olsen. So, the ball's in your hands, Dallas Goedert. What are you going to do? You're one of the best blocking tight ends in the league right now. You're one of the best. You're one of the best catching tight ends in the league. You got to put it to good use. You have to put it to good use, Goddard. And I really feel like that he is going to do that this season. I see, guys. So, yeah, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comment section when you're watching this playback. How do you guys feel about Dallas Goedert? How do you guys feel about Dallas Goedert? I'm a huge fan of Dallas Goedert. Kellen Moore, we're going to talk about Kellen Moore in a minute. He's got to use Dallas Goedert correctly. He's got to use Dallas Goedert correctly. Do I think he will? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Because with all these weapons that the Eagles have, is that really a good thing? Or is that really a bad thing? Is that really a good thing? Or is that really a bad thing? Because think about this. A.J. Brown's going to want the ball. Devontae Smith is going to want the ball. Goddard's going to want the ball. And whoever's that third wide receiver is going to want the ball. Saquon Barkley is going to demand the ball at least 20 times. So there's a lot of people that want a slice of this pie. So Kellen Moore has got a lot of thinking to do, a lot of schemes to do. And this is the one thing I want Kellen Moore to focus on in this offseason. This is one of the things I want him to focus on. Kellen Moore, make sure you do a better job than what you have been doing for the previous 2 coaching jobs that you have had. Make this the best job of your life. We are perfect on paper. We are perfect on paper. But it's only a matter of time does it translate it to on the field. Can this offense translate to on the field? That is just my question here. I think it can. I really, really think it can. Because what does Jalen Hurts have that all the quarterbacks that Kellen Moore has had did not? Legs. He can run. Jalen Hurts can run. So Kellen Moore can use that. Can use his legs as an advantage. Jalen Hurts' legs are his best attribute next to his throwing arm. So you got to sit back and go, okay, it's 1st and 10. You don't have anyone to throw to? Have Jalen Hurts take off for like 5 yards. You got to have Jalen Hurts use his legs to gain yardage. That's what Kellen Moore is going to be doing. A lot is on Kellen Moore's plate this year. A lot is on Kellen Moore's plate. Hey, yo, shout out to my guy, man. How's it going, dude? How's it going? Make sure you hit the like on the Twitter and come over to the Edge of Philly Sports on YouTube, man. Come over to the Edge of Philly Sports on YouTube. Yeah, I was just about to get to that. We need to use the RPO. Yes, yes, yes. I'm telling you, with Kellen Moore and Jalen Hurts, the RPO could be deadly. It could be deadly if it's used correctly. If it's used correctly, and then you can go, how can you stop it? How can you stop the Philadelphia Eagles when the RPO, is working to its perfection? How? How can you stop the Philadelphia Eagles? You can't stop the RPO? You got A.J. Brown. You can't stop A.J. Brown? I mean, we got Devontae Smith. We got Dallas Goedert. We got Saquon Barkley. We got weapons on weapons on weapons. The question is, can this work? Can it work? I feel like it could to an extent. It could be better than the 2022 RPO with Miles. Yes. Yes. And here's something I've been asking a lot of Eagles fans. A lot of Eagles fans, bro. But I don't think I asked you this. Has the Eagles ever had a running back like a Saquon Barkley? Who's the closest running back that the Eagles have had that is close to a Saquon Barkley talent? His game. Who Eagles running back that we had in the past that comes close to Saquon Barkley? Could you say Brian Westbrook? Could you say LeSean McCoy? Miles Sanders? Sadie? I mean, that is pretty much the closest. Not Deuce Staley. I'm just saying I think that's the closest. Either him or Brian Westbrook. Those are the top two for me. But it's just something I always think about because we never had a running back. Like, Sadie is close, but he's not as good as Saquon Barkley is when healthy. When Saquon Barkley is healthy, he's arguably the best running back in the whole league. In the whole league, he's the best running back when healthy. So, and we got the offensive line to help him out. This offensive line, don't forget about the offensive line now. Do not forget about this offensive line. Does it have a little holes on it? Yes, we're not sure about the right guard position. We're not sure what Cam Jurgens going to be in the center. There's still some question marks on his offensive line. But with Saquon Barkley here, it's going to be deadly. Saquon Barkley, I said this multiple times. Saquon Barkley's never had a team like this. Has never had a team built to a perfection for him. Look at the Giants. Who's their quarterback right now? Daniel Jones. Who's their wide receivers? Neighbors. Who do you have? Like, who do the Giants have? Offensive line? No. The field? No. I'm telling you guys, this is the perfect fit for Saquon Barkley. It's actually funny because I have a whole docket planned and I just went off tangent, so it's actually kind of funny. What is up? Hey, maniacs, that is right. That is right. And with that being said, guys, really quick, we're going to take a quick commercial break from our guide, SherryTickets.com, and we'll be right back.
Great moments don't just happen, they happen with you in the crowd. Sherry'sTickets.com is easy to use and has no hidden fees. The price you see is the price you pay. Pay less, play more with Sherry'sTickets.com and get the tickets you want. Save even more by using the exclusive promo code EOP10 and share an experience that will live on. Don't pay hidden fees and save 10%. Why use any other ticket reseller and get those hard to come by tickets to the big game? If you need a more personal touch, give them a call at 610-494-5050. Sherry'sTickets.com also has great theater and concert tickets that are hard to get your hands on. Remember, don't overpay with the rest and save with the best at Sherry'sTickets.com. For that next great moment, save 10% by using the promo code EOP10. Great moments start at Sherry'sTickets.com.
Shout out to Sherry'sTickets.com for the sponsor of this live stream of this Fly Like an Eagle and Edge of Philly Sports. Shout out to them, man. Really happy working with them. Now we got to head back to the Philadelphia Eagles. And with this one, guys, it's going to be, how should I say this? A proud Eagles fan. You're going to be a proud Eagles fan after you hear this. Vic Fangio was getting interviewed at a golf course, and he says that the defense last year was bad, was sucking, was terrible, and that he could turn it around this year. I am proud to be an Eagles fan because after I hear that, it's his confidence, it's his ego, it's everything you need him to say after what happened last year. Last year with the defensive coordinator, I'm drawing a blank. With the defensive coordinator and how it happened, how the collapse happened after that 49ers game. I'm telling you right now, I am feeling more confident with Vic Fangio than I ever did. Not ever, but you guys get my point, in recent years. In recent years. That is how I am proud to be an Eagles fan, but you got to think of it like this, though. Vic Fangio does a bend, don't break defense. He does a bend, don't break defense. He's like the mastermind behind it. So, which players is he going to have back in coverage? Is he going to have Bryce Huff? We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Is Vic Fangio going to send the right players to attack the quarterback? How about the secondary with Garner Johnson, Reed Blankenship? You have the corners. We're going to talk about the corner competition in a little bit as well. This season had so many question marks, but with that being said, from Vic Fangio calling out the 2023 Eagles defense, gotta make you happy. It's gotta make you happy when you hear Vic Fangio say stuff like that and the confidence that he brings. He's been here for 40 years? That was when he was back here. So, yeah. So, I'm just telling you guys right now. So, yeah. It's going to be very, very exciting with Vic Fangio this offseason. What is up, little G Griffith? I'm a big... Okay. How many times are you going to say you're an uncle? How many nieces and nephews are you having? I just got to ask because every time it's like, I'm an uncle. Being an uncle. Happy for you. Eagles record 11-6. That is exactly how I see the Eagles going. Yeah, that's exactly how I see the Eagles going. We're going to brief the schedule at the end of this show as well. K1, what is good? Cheers to you. Cheers to you. So, Vic Fangio, man. Vic Fangio. I'm so excited to see him. I have question marks. I do. But after what he said in that interview, gives me more hype. Gives me more dedication It gives you more pride to be an Eagles fan. I love it. After the disaster season we had last year, the epic collapse, which might be the worst in NFL season in NFL history. If that's not the worst in NFL history, it's the worst in Eagles history. It is the worst in Eagles history. Yeah, of course. This is built to perfection. This is built to perfection for Jalen Hurts. This is built to perfection. So for me, honestly, no excuses for Jalen Hurts. And if, as you guys know, when we got Jalen Hurts, right? When we got him, I wasn't a fan of him. I didn't like his game at first. I was questioning every little thing that he did until he proved me wrong. I made a video on my channel a couple years ago that Jalen Hurts proved me wrong. And look what happened. He's arguably the best quarterback in the NFC. He led us to a Super Bowl. We did not win it, but he stood toe to toe with Patrick Mahomes. Jalen Hurts is here to work. Jalen Hurts means business. So Jalen Hurts is definitely going to have a bounce back year. I have a great feeling about this. A great, great feeling. So, yeah, I have a great feeling about Jalen Hurts. Great feeling about Vic Fangio. And now, speaking of Vic Fangio, we got to go to the Eagles cornerback competition. Because I've been saying this for a while now. It doesn't matter how many cornerbacks we have in our cornerback room. It doesn't matter how much. We can have 10, 15, 20, 69, 100. It doesn't matter how many cornerbacks we have. All I want to see is cornerback competition, have the best, take the number one spots. We know that not Jalen Hurts, that Darius Slay is going to take the number one spot. We know that. But for number two, the number two spot, is it going to be Quinion Mitchell? Is it going to be James Trashberry? Is it going to be Cooper DeJean, who I think's not? Is it like could other guys, Isaiah Rodgers, take that spot? Eli Ricks take that spot? This is the best cornerback competition in years. And this is what is entertaining about the NFL training camp, to see the competition, see everyone compete for that spot, to show like I'm here to stay, I'm a Philadelphia Eagle. I want to give it all I got on that field, and no matter what it takes, I'm going to take that spot from you. It's a competition that brings everyone out as their best, that brings the best out of them. This is what happens to it. I'm telling you. Now for the slot, you can honestly see Cooper DeJean. You could see Avonte Maddox. You could see Isaiah Rodgers. You could see like so many people, so many players that could take the slot, that could take the cornerback slot. Isaiah Rodgers, I'm a big fan of. I'm right there with you, K1. I am a huge fan of Isaiah Rodgers. He stepped out huge already. He already is showing out. He's already stepping up. But here, Cooper DeJean is not going to step to the side. Quinion Mitchell is not going to step to the side. James Bradberry is the only question mark. James Bradberry is the only question mark. James Bradberry, he didn't show up to the OTAs. He can see that the writing's on the wall. So Is he mentally giving up here? Is James Bradberry giving up? I have no confidence in James Bradberry. He hasn't been the same since week 1, since he got that concussion. I've been saying this. Just get rid of him. Just cut him. Trade him. Whatever it takes. I don't care about the cap hit. Trade him with Kobe Dean. Make that a deal for like another linebacker or something. You gotta get this guy off your roster. The wide receivers in the NFL are getting younger and younger and younger. What is our cornerbacks? Old and older and older. Slade did not have his best year. James Bradberry was keep on getting burnt every single which way. If the Eagles fans didn't like him then, and then now he's coming back, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm telling you, it's not going to work for Bradberry. Jordan Davis just needs to imagine the quarterback is a chicken wing, and he will make the Pro Bowl. You know what? I wasn't going to bring this up about Jordan Davis, but I will later on in the show, probably after the next commercial break. I'll bring up Jordan Davis again, but you just gave me an idea, so I'm going to bring that up after I'm done with this cornerback rant. With this cornerbacks, man, I miss the secondary we used to have in the 2000s. Joey Vincent, Sheldon Brown, Lito Shepard, Bobby Taylor, Brian Dawkins, Quinton Michael. I miss the secondary that everybody was afraid of. That's the secondary I miss. We had the best secondary year after year after year after year. Nobody's afraid to throw the ball on us. Nobody's afraid. Now they might with Garner Johnson back there, who shouldn't have left to begin with, but they should be afraid of Garner Johnson. They should be afraid of Garner Johnson. What is up, Grega? What is up, man? What is up? Thank you for stopping by. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe to the Edge of Philly Sports, bro. Make sure you hit that like to the... Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe to Edge of Philly Sports. I will be back here next week for another episode of Fly Like an Eagle. I already got a big idea planned for next week, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But this secondary, man, this secondary is utterly... I feel like that this is the beginning of a good secondary for the future. I feel like this is a fresh start. You have Cooper DeJean, you have Quinyon Mitchell, you have other guys that can step up and make damage and make some noise. Slay and Bradberry, it's time for them to give them the torch and go off to the sunset. This is the last year of Darius Slay. James Bradberry better be gone. James Bradberry better be gone. And with that being said, guys, with me saying all this stuff about the secondary stepping up, I really hope, hold on. When is Sidney Brown coming back though? I don't know, K1. You know what, K1? For me, not knowing when Sidney Brown is coming back, I really hope David Archeri is not going to arrest me.
If you get hurt at work, in a motor vehicle accident, personal injury, or affected by criminal law, you call David R. Cherry of the Cherry Firm. Cherry Law Firm is here to fight for you and get what you deserve. Cherry Injury Law is a dedicated, well-established personal injury law firm built on the promise of aiding the seriously injured throughout the state of Pennsylvania. If you have been seriously injured in the state of PA by the negligence of another, and if you have questions for a Westchester or media personal injury attorney, please don't hesitate to call. Call 610 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Let David R. Cherry fight for your right. And again, that number is 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com.
Hopefully he doesn't arrest me for not knowing what happened to Sidney Brown. Hopefully. We got Cherry Bonds in the chat here. I love it. He might make another appearance in the show. I better not say anything bad because he might be showing up. So, like I said before, I said about Jordan Davis, like A said here. Jordan Davis just needs to imagine the quarterback is a chicken wing and he will make the Pro Bowl. I made this comment about Jordan Davis a while ago when he first started losing weight at that autism bike ride or autism event, whatever it was. Jordan Davis has got so much pressure on his shoulders right now. Fletcher Cox is gone. You have the veterans going off, retiring. Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter are taking the next step up. There's so much weight on Jordan Davis. So much on his shoulders. Same with Milton Williams. But with Jordan Davis right now, he has to step up in the biggest way. He lost the weight that he needs to, but we have seen time and time again that people that lost weight doesn't translate to on the field. I hate to make this comparison. I hate to make it. But Joel Embiid, he lost weight and look what happened. Losing weight is a great thing. It's a great thing for Jordan Davis, losing weight, but how much is that going to be an effect on the field? Yeah, so much weight on Jordan Davis, no pun intended. Correct. With Jordan Davis right now, he's got all the pressure. Jordan Davis, if he does not pan out, like what happened with the Kobe Dean, oh man, this city is not going to like that. This city is not going to like that if Jordan Davis does not pan out. You got Jalen Carter, who I feel like is going to take a break, is going to take a huge leap. I'm just nervous about Jordan Davis, man. I'm just nervous because he was normally the one that gets tired. He's normally the one that couldn't stay out there for long stretches of time. I'm just saying, Jordan Davis, you can lose all the weight, but can it translate to on the field during a game in Brazil? Can that happen? Like, I'm so nervous about Jordan Davis. So freaking nervous. But only time will tell. Only time will tell. Now, we got to talk about, we're going to the offense side of the ball. How do you guys feel about Corey Davis? Yeah, from Tennessee. Corey Davis as the slot wide receiver. The Eagles have been linked. A lot of teams have been linked to Corey Davis. For me, I'm okay if we get him, but it's like, it is what it is. It's not the main priority of this team right now. The main priority is linebackers. That's the main priority for this team. Offense, don't even touch. Don't even touch the offensive side of the ball. But if you want to get Corey Davis to be the third guy, I'm okay with it. I'm okay, but it's not a need. The much needed position is linebacker, or you can even say returner. Who's going to return the ball? It's a different kickoff this year. They start 30 yards back. So it's a different kickoff. It's a different returner. It's a different linebacker. And people are like saying like, oh, we need to get a third wide receiver. You got A.J. Brown. You got Devontae Smith, who's my favorite player, by the way. You got Dallas Goedert. You got Saquon Barkley. You got Jalen Hurts. This offense is built to make some noise and to score a lot of points. Or is this team really going to make another move? But already signed first round. Already signed one first round buys. We don't need. Yeah, we don't need Corey Davis. We don't need him. But for me, it's just like always see what social media is saying, what the media is saying. So for me, Corey Davis is not a need, but it is not bad if we get him. Like if we get him, great. If we don't, okay. That's about it with Corey Davis. I'm okay with it. I'm okay. All right, now let's get to Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff, who Vic Fangio loves. Vic Fangio loves Bryce Huff. Pause. But with Bryce Huff, people are comparing him to Hassan Reddick with like the rushing the quarterback, the sacks and everything. My friends tell me he's better than Hassan Reddick. So realistically, did we get like a diamond in the rough? Not a diamond in the rough, but like a what is that thing I'm thinking of? Like what is that? I guess you could say diamond in the rough. I guess you could say that. But look, I'm happy we got Bryce Huff. It's one of those guys that we need to. It's one of those guys that we need to take a big step. We got him. Nolan Smith is not working out. Maybe he can take a step forward. Who knows? But for me, Bryce Huff, he can step up this year. I'm okay with it. I'm excited. I guess you could say Catcher in the Rye. Is it not a book? Is it not a book? A pig in a poke? But you guys get what I'm saying. You guys get what I'm saying about Ruff. Bryce Huff. You guys are getting what I'm putting down. Bryce Huff is a Vic Fangio guy. And Vic Fangio is pretty much going to use him to his best advantage. So with Vic Fangio, you getting Bryce Huff can have a breakout year. I really think Bryce Huff can have a breakout year if Vic Fangio did not have him in coverage like what they did to Hassan Reddick last year. Bryce Huff is going to be fun to watch. Him and Josh Sweat. And I still can't believe we have Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat, I thought we were going to let go and keep Reddick. But no, we kept Brandon Graham. And I said this before, and I'll keep on saying it again. We should have let Brandon Graham walk. We should have let Brandon Graham walk. I am telling you, I'm getting tired of this retirement tours. I know it's 1 year, $5 million. It's not a big gamble. He's not going to start. But for me, I'm just like, how many times are we going to do these retirement tours? How many times are we going to bring one guy back for 1 year? Like, can you imagine if like Jason Kelsey and those guys came back? Like, that was a whole different story. But I'm a guy that did not want Brandon Graham back. And it's been pointed out to me by my co-host on Cool Cat Mitch, Cool Cat Connor. Shout out to him. Do we have leaders on its defensive side? On the defensive side, do we have leaders? You could say Gardner Johnson. You could say Josh Sweat. You can even say Darius Slay. We have 3 leaders without Brandon Graham. And then you can put Brandon Graham there for another leader spot, which is cool. It's cool, but I'm just like, it's not a need. It was not a need. So he should have just retired. I would have been like, dude, I appreciate everything you've done here. You're a Philadelphia Eagles legend. The strip sack in the Super Bowl, you got us a ring. But honestly, guys, it is time for him to walk. I'm going to keep on saying that. Prove me wrong, Brandon Graham. Prove me wrong. And with that being said, guys, one last sponsor. I think we should take a trip to I need a drink, guys. I'm out of drinks. Why don't we all go to Dolan's Bar? Okay? We're all going to go to Dolan's Bar, and we'll be right back.
When you're staying local and you want to watch a great game or just hang out with some great people, go to Dolan's Bar at 24 East Sellers Ave in Ridley Park, right off I-95 south of the Philadelphia airport. For over 65 years, Dolan's has thrived because of one reason: the amazing people of Philadelphia. Great music, great times, memorabilia, giveaways, great drinks, and great food. You never know when a former Philly sports icon walks through that door. You go to Dolan's at 24 East Sellers Ave, Ridley Park in the 19078. Tell PJ that EOP sent you. Go to dolansbar.com or follow them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok.
Shout out to Dolan's Bar. A needs a beer. We all got you, man. We got you. All right, guys. Last couple minutes of this show of Fly Like an Eagle podcast. Let's bring up one more thing, and that's it. You know what? Let's talk about Lane Johnson. I want to talk about Lane Johnson for a couple minutes. Lane Johnson, he's obviously the leader of this team, right? He's the best arguably one of the best players on the team. Whenever he's out there, we pretty much win majority of the games. How many more years does Lane Johnson have left? And nobody's really talking about this. How many more years does Lane Johnson have? 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 years at most. How many years does Lane Johnson have? Like, that is what I'm worried about. I'm worried about Lane Johnson. I don't want him to get hurt again. That's the nature of the game. I get it. But maybe it's a time where, no, he's young. A couple at a high level. That's exactly what I'm getting at. He only got a couple more years. I love what Howie Roseman's doing about addressing the trenches. I love it. To Max, I agree with you, K1. I agree with you. It's just something to keep in the back of your head. Lane Johnson is most in my opinion, he's like top 5 most valuable player on this team. You got Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae, Barkley, Johnson. Those are my top 5 most valuable on the offensive side of the ball. Goddard needs to prove to me. Those are my top 5 most valuable players on his offense. With that being said, guys, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe on Edge of Philly Sports. Share this out, and if you're on the audio platforms, make sure you leave us with a follow and a rating. Really appreciate each and every single one of you. And last thing, check us out on all EOP programs. We got the Attacking Third tonight at 9. Make sure you tune in, any Union soccer fans. Gotta appreciate it. And last thing, guys, Fly, Eagles, fly. Go Birds.